Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty fascinating, I think. It's this tension point you see in modern digital marketing.
Mm.
We're diving into a company called IMJD, and they claim to blend, the old school foundational rules of marketing with the really aggressive future-forward power of AI.
And that tension is exactly what we're here to unpack for you. I mean, how does a company not only survive, but actually thrive for 18 years?
18 years. It's an eternity in this field.
Right. Mastering things like SEO and PPC, the classics, while at the same time building out their own AI tools.
Yeah.
The sheer scope of what they offer, it suggests they've sort of cracked the code on bridging that gap.
Okay, let's unpack this. We've got sources detailing this massive 18-year global presence, but then right alongside that, you see them using AI for things like ad copy and
Yeah.
predictive campaign analysis.
Yeah.
Usually agencies pick a lane, You're either the legacy expert or the slick new tech startup.
Yeah.
So our deep dive is really to see how they pull these two worlds together.
Exactly. And we'll follow their own structure, really. We'll start with that foundation, that bedrock of experience, their global centers, and all the core services.
Right.
Then we'll get into the proof points because talk is cheap, but data isn't. We've got some hard numbers to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll break down the really innovative tech, especially this Seba WhatsApp assistant they've built. It gives them a serious edge.
So let's start with that context. 18 years. I mean, that means they've survived the shift from dial-up culture all the way to TikTok influencers.
It's incredible. It means deep, deep domain mastery. And the sources show this isn't just some remote operation. They have 4 really clearly defined global centers, each with a specific job.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. The U.S. hub is all about digital marketing excellence. Canada is the creative solutions hub, so think design, visuals.
Okay.
The UK runs the strategic marketing center, so that's the long-term vision. And then Pakistan is their hub for innovation and development. It's a really smart setup to leverage global talent.
That structure is key, isn't it? It suggests a high level of integration. So you've got the UK setting the strategy, and then the team in Pakistan is building the AI tools to actually make it happen.
Exactly.
But before we get to the tech, what does that 18-year mastery actually look like in practice in traditional digital marketing?
It looks comprehensive. They don't seem to leave any gaps in the funnel. Take their social media marketing. It's not just posting. It's detailed strategy. It's paid campaigns across platforms that are completely different.
Right, like Facebook and TikTok required totally different playbooks.
Totally different. And they cover Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X. They get that platform specificity is everything today.
And the sources mention some serious depth in their SEO work. They don't just talk about keywords.
No, they lean into the engineering side of it, which is so critical. There's a huge focus on technical SEO and full-site audits. This goes way beyond just on-page and off-page stuff.
So fixing the foundations of the site itself.
Absolutely. They're solving engineering problems to hit content goals. That's what gets you those top organic rankings and keeps you there.
And on the paid side, the PPC advertising, what stands out to you there?
Well, their specialization in Google Ads is total. Search, display, shopping, video, they cover it all. But what really separates the experts is the focus on conversion optimization and retargeting. I mean, it's easy to drive traffic. It's hard to convert it and then bring back the people who left. Their focus is clearly on the bottom of the funnel, on actual revenue.
Now, if they're truly transforming brand identities, which is their big claim, they can't just be a performance shop. They have to marry that tech skill with a strong creative vision.
That is the non-negotiable step. Performance without identity is just noise. So their creative and branding services are foundational. We're talking brand identity design.
The whole package.
Yeah.
Logo, brand voice.
The whole package. Logo, visual guidelines, a coherent brand voice. And that identity then gets translated into assets through their UI, UX, and web design teams. They're building high-conversion sites on WordPress, Webflow, Shopify.
And mobile optimized, I assume?
Of course, all with critical mobile optimization. They build the beautiful house before they start worrying about the foot traffic.
That's a perfect transition. They've built this beautiful, technically sound house. So how do they measure if it's actually generating rent? Let's shift to ROI.
Right, and before the big numbers, you have to talk about the infrastructure. That's what proves the value. They prioritize data tracking setup like crazy,
What does that involve?
making sure the client's whole ecosystem is wired up properly. Google Analytics, Metapixel, and critically, Google Tag Manager, GTM.
DTM is key for anything advanced.
It's essential. But it's not just about installing the tools, it's about handling the complex event and conversion tracking that feeds into their custom dashboards. You can't be data-driven if your data is broken.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Let's look at the actual success metrics from the source material. These aren't soft claims, these are hard numbers.
The e-commerce case study is the big headline, for sure. A 300% revenue growth.
300%, that's a huge number. How?
And for you, the learner, the how is the real insight here. The sources point to specific steps. A comprehensive SKU cleanup.
SKU cleanup. So like product data hygiene.
Exactly. That's not a quick marketing fix. That means they dove deep into the client's inventory and product structure, fixing foundational e-commerce problems that kill performance. That's consulting, not just ad buying.
And the SEO numbers also back up the focus on technical structure.
They do. They cite verifiable organic growth and an impressive domain rating jump from DR38 to 52.
Wow. For anyone who works in SEO, that's a heavy lift.
It's an exceptionally difficult move. Moving the DR needle that much at that level takes sustained, high-quality work. A 14-point jump like that is a verifiable metric of genuine authority building. It's not a quick win.
And the PPC results, they seem to be grounded in profitability.
Precisely. The sources cite a ROAS of 4.2x, so a 420% return on ad spend. That shows efficiency. And they mention feed optimized, which points to proficiency in Google Shopping, where data hygiene in your product feed is everything.
So all this data, it has to be the engine for their planning. This confirms that their marketing strategy and brand positioning services aren't just fluff.
They're the feedback loop. The strategy side focuses on competitor analysis and using that raw data to build growth plans. The positioning side then refines who they're talking to with persona mapping and funnel optimization.
You can't sustain a 4.2x ROAS if your funnels are leaky.
Not a chance. This synthesis is what sets them apart.
Okay, so now let's tie the 18 years of foundation and the performance data to the future. How do they maintain that edge? We're talking AI-powered marketing.
This is where that innovation center in Pakistan really shines. They list 3 specific applications that are more than just buzzwords: ad copy automation, predictive campaign analysis, and chatbot integration.
Okay, ad copy automation, that makes sense for efficiency. But predictive campaign analysis,
Yeah,
that sounds like a game changer.
it is.
Tell me more about that. How does forecasting outcomes before you spend the money change the game for an advertiser?
Well, traditionally, you spend money to A/B test your ads to find a winner. Predictive analysis uses historical data and machine learning to forecast which combination of creative, audience, and budget is most likely to hit your goals before you even launch.
So it de-risks the whole campaign.
Massively. It reduces wasted ad spend and just accelerates the whole optimization process. It's a huge advantage.
And they've taken this automation and really focused it on one platform that has massive reach today.
Yeah.
WhatsApp. Walk us through this Saba WhatsApp assistant.
Saba is a fantastic practical use of AI. It's a customer support solution that lives right inside WhatsApp. Its main job is the smart automation of customer interactions.
So handling all the repetitive questions.
All of them. Price, availability, returns, the stuff that can bog down a sales team. Saba handles that, freeing up the humans for more complex issues.
And the biggest benefit for any business is just being available, right? In this always-on world.
Exactly. It provides true 247 availability. But the killer feature, from a sales perspective, is the efficient lead management it does directly through WhatsApp.
So it's not just support, it's a sales tool.
It's a sales funnel entry point. It qualifies and tracks leads right in the conversation. It turns a communication channel into a structured, always-on sales machine.
That dramatically lowers the barrier for a customer to interact with you. And they publish the pricing, which is interesting.
It is. It starts from around $100 a month. That tells you they see this as a scalable, accessible product, not just some high-end bespoke tool. It's the core of their broader marketing automation services, which also include email and drip campaigns.
Okay, we've covered strategy, design, performance, and the future tech. Let's step back for a second and look at the company's ethos. Beyond the balance sheet, what are their values?
It's an important piece, especially for long-term partnerships, and their commitment to ethical practices is pretty visible. The sources highlight their commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs.
And they list that prominently.
Right, and their main navigation. It signals a focus that goes beyond just short-term profit.
And that ethos seems to extend to sharing their knowledge too.
It does, which is a smart way to build authority. They offer a free educational resource, the Mindful Marketing course, on YouTube.
Mindful marketing, I like that.
The name itself suggests a focus on strategy and ethics, not just quick tactical tricks. They're teaching the why behind the how.
And they also provide some of those quicker, more practical guides, right?
Correct. The free Facebook guides, for example.
Yeah.
Page setup, admin roles, posting tips, just basic foundational stuff that provides immediate value and shows they know their stuff from the ground up.
So what does this all mean for you? We dove into this core tension between 18 years of experience and aggressive AI. And the key finding seems to be that IMJD has managed to successfully merge that foundational mastery with these disruptive new tools.
The real takeaway here is seeing what high-performance marketing actually requires today. It's not a choice between old school and new tech.
No, you need both.
You need both. It requires this clear path from strategy through to excellent creative design, all the way to specific measurable outcomes, like that 300% revenue growth we saw. The whole ecosystem has to work as one.
The data is specific, the services are comprehensive, and the technology is integrated.
Absolutely. And I think the frontier we're watching now, based on their model, it all centers on these predictive capabilities. Just think about the full implications of a 247 automated assistant like Saba handling lead qualification all over the world. So the question to mull over is this: how much further can predictive analysis go in replacing traditional expensive campaign planning? When you can automate the ad copy and forecast the results before you spend a single dollar, that level of automation and risk mitigation, that's the future performance marketing.